A very warm welcome to the news in details. Now, Her Excellency Jeanette Kagame has attended the World Innovation Summit for Health in Doha under the inspiring theme, Healing the Future. Now, the three-day summit is bringing together officials and other dignitaries from around the world, and the First Lady of Rwanda urged delegates to look at the challenges the global health sector is facing and implement measures to address them. Now, moving on, participants at the Poultry Africa Leadership Summit convening in Rwanda say that serious measures must be taken to fast-track the development of the sector, emphasizing that stakeholder collaboration is necessary to satisfy the demand for poultry products. Isabel Masozera has the report.
The conference was attended by various stakeholders from around the world, including farmers, researchers and young entrepreneurs, among others, who shared their experiences in a bid to find solutions to some of the problems the sector still grapples with. Some of the farmers who participated say that the summit provides a platform to learn and exchange ideas on how to develop the sector.
There will be people from all over the world and different players from African countries that will be having a chance to network with. So this is an opportunity to learn, and some of these people will demonstrate their tools, chemicals, vaccines, everything that is needed in our line of work. It's an opportunity to see firsthand. Usually we look for those things on internet. I believe that Rwandan farmers will benefit a lot, and everyone who wants to go into this profession or those practicing, everyone should come and see for themselves.
Some of the participants also pointed out that although there has been a breakthrough in the development of the sector in Africa, they still need to reduce the price of products and to have breeding that is easy for everyone, because it provides employment for many people, which can only be possible with collaboration.
Africa has a lot to do. Meat production or animal protein is in high demand, especially in African countries, looking at the growing population in Africa and then the demand for protein. So I think it's a good thing that we are here to see how we can harness our production in different parts of Africa. We cannot be waiting for importation of protein from the European countries. We have to do it ourselves, and then we now serve ourselves and also produce job opportunity for our people.
The Minister of State in Rwanda's Ministry of Agriculture and Animal Resources says that for Rwanda, poultry farming is one of the areas that continue to be prioritized because it helps to fight malnutrition and improve the economy, starting at the family level.
In order to improve the welfare of the people and the economy in general, people should eat more eggs and chicken, especially because chicken farming has a good financial contribution and nutrient benefits. Because we need enough proteins to reduce malnutrition and stunting in children and adults, this is why we have promoted chicken farming since 2018. To complement programs like Jiringa, we want the number of farmers with between 1,000 and 5,000 chickens to increase substantially so as to significantly boost poultry farming.
In general, Rwanda has shown that it currently has 27 large-scale farmers breeding between 20,000 to 70,000 chickens, while 258 medium breeders breed between 5,000 to 20,000, and about 265 small breeders breed between 1,000 to 5,000 chickens. Egg production increased from 2,452 tons to 8,272 tons from 2019 to 2021. It is expected that in 2024, this production will increase to 19,403 tons. Currently, there are 3 large and independent chicken meat processing plants in Rwanda, and in general, the chicken feeds processing industry produces 60,000 tons per year. Isabel Masozera, RwandaTV News.
Professional chicken breeders say that the increase in facilities that specialize in this type of breeding has helped the industry to grow, and they hope the upcoming conference that is going to bring together experts and investors in chicken breeding in Kigali will bring even faster progress. Adam Kwizera has this report.
Poultry farming in Rwanda is becoming increasingly modernized due to the development in technology. This goes hand in hand with the reforming the way chickens are fed to provide more meat and eggs. This allows the breeder to progress. As we speak, we have 9,000 chicken, including those that are bought to hatch and those that are still in incubation process. Poultry farming improves a person's life because, like broiler chickens, takes a short period of time to hatch, hence one earning their income faster. So you find that a breeder's life changes in a short time. There are currently 7 chicken coops roasts in Rwanda, including the one located in Bugesera district, which produces more than half of chicks sold to breeders across the country. Mechanized technology is used to house different types of chicken, including broiler chicken and egg-producing chickens. After realizing that we are capable of satisfying the local market, we started thinking bigger in terms of exporting to countries like Central Africa, Congo-Brazzaville, Ghana, Cameroon and other countries. Clearly, we have the capacity to supply, and all we need are clients and more markets. The Acting Director General of Department of Animal Husbandry in the Ministry of Agriculture and Animal Resources, Dr. Mukase Kurumateld, says that although some progress has been made in the reform of poultry farming, there is still a long way to go.
According to what the market demands and what we have, currently we have 7 chicken coop roosts, but the chickens are hatching at a low rate compared to what is needed. Broiler chickens and egg-producing chickens breeders are doing a great job, even though there is still way to go. We are working with different partners and poultry farmers who we appreciate greatly.
Ways to improve poultry farming, increased investment in this breeding, establish a food industry, and expand markets are expected to be discussed at 3rd edition of Poultry Africa 2022 Leadership Conference that will be held in Rwanda starting October 4th, where some investors and poultry farmers in Rwanda say that they expect a lot from this conference. Different countries will participate in this meeting, bringing a new technological knowledge in poultry farming, which we will learn from and apply in our daily activities. We discussed how the population is increasing, while the land stays the same. Hence, we need to use technology to increase the produce and satisfy the demand across the country and solve problems such as disease that results from poor nutrition. In Rwanda, there are about 500 professional chicken breeders and another 800 who have not yet reached the level of professional breeding, and there are 5 feed factories for chickens and other animals. Adams Kwizera, RTV News.
Thank you, Adams, for that report. Now, delegates from 8 countries across the globe have come to Rwanda to learn the unity and reconciliation methods put in action by the Rabagirana community. Some of the delegates believe the experiences that were shared with them have given insight into what strategies they would like to implement to maintain unity in their own countries.
In 2018, I came with hatred. I was full of hatred to some of the tribes that perpetrate the killing in South Sudan. But when I went back, I went with totally different mind. And I see those who perpetrated the war in South Sudan as my friends. I was working closely to them to make sure that we work together and see them as human beings and not perpetrators.
Well, I'm actually here to learn something from the Rwandans' experience. Now, we had similar situation in my country, and that's the main thing. that I'm here, especially to learn about forgiveness, peace, and reconciliation, so that I can take it back into my own home country.
Unity and Reconciliation Seminar is the 7th that Rabagirana Ministries has organized. Now, the head of the ministry points out that Rwanda's tragic history and the journey of rebuilding the country owe to be a president are the country's best on to establish ever permanent peace.
The lessons we learned from healing the trauma of our past have been used elsewhere. Most of the South Sudanese here, for example, have put these lessons in practice back home and have yielded results, but also extended the messages of reconciliation, which reflects well on Rwanda's image.
Just the retirement stage is part of life that is marked by numerous changes. Thus, it is important to start making plans for it while one is young. Adam Squeezer has this report.
Phil, a 68-year-old man who'd been in retirement for the last 3 years, Simenzwe, served the government for 42 years, says that in addition to the government's social security benefits, he made an effort to save money from his income while he was still serving. One of the things I tried to save is this house. Even though it is not having a tenant, I also have these 3 vehicles. Simenzwe asked the government to assist its personnel in planning the development activities while they are still serving, because doing so after retirement becomes difficult. Simenzwe currently has other initiatives running that enables him to live in better conditions with his family. Starting a new project while you are in 60s looks difficult. For example, the income I earn from this business supports me to live a better life. Bandebereho Felix, a psychologist and a lecturer at the University of Rwanda, points out that effective retirement planning leads the person to be having a stable work after retiring and happy existence. There is an author called Eric Richardson who stated 8 stages of human's life cycle. So there is a last stage where the person began to evaluate what he or she did in his days. On this stage is where a person regrets or appreciates what he did. A person who will live happily is one who planned for his or her retirement. Bandebereho Felix notes that a good planning is not only based on a monthly salary, where in addition to a proper budgeting for sustainable development activities that can be supported by the loans they can get from financial institutions and government support through social security funds like Ejo Heza. Adam Squizera, RTV News.
Rwandan and foreign researchers, as well as the Ministry of Environment, have announced that they have addressed the issue of termites damaging crops and trees in the eastern province. Now, the plan is to find a variety of trees that can be mixed with various crops to increase agricultural production, protect the climate, and protect the province's ecosystem. Nuria Tagasaro has this report.
Mukaruranga Angelique, a farmer in the Bugesera district, is not happy with the termites that eat her plants and even the trees that are on her field. Her and her colleagues in the district were united in their desire to find a long-term solution to the problem of the harsh sun, which appears in the province and reduces agricultural production. Our soil is so hot. That's what makes termites emerge from the ground. We don't mix trees and crops, because we don't know which trees will give us fertilizer. We don't even know what they are.
A termite is very dangerous. A termite can get hold on a bean and cut it in half. You can plant a cassava tree and find a termite there. It would be great if you could help us, because the sun problem in the Bugesera district is burdening us.
We're in a bad situation because there are no trees, crops, and the corn has started to dry up, as well as the beans we started planting and the nuts. But we found trees to help us because they bring wind, which causes rain to drop and gives us a good harvest. amount of 4 billion provided by the European Union from 2020 to 2025, Rwandan and foreign researchers are looking for tree seed that can be mixed with the crops and help farmers in the province achieve higher cultivation while maintaining the climate, as it explained by some of those researchers.
The farmers and the researchers, we are collaborating to assess the impact of agroforestry trees on soil quality and crop productivity. In summary, I can say that what you have seen as with the farmers is that the trees increases the health of soil, like water storage, nutrients availability, but it contributes to crop productivity when these trees are well managed, pruning and using the biomass in their farms.
So far, we are discussing the preliminary findings. There are different presenters that will be following today. The results are already showing, like, for instance, the acceptability of various agroforestry systems in the Eastern Province. We have assessed that. We have made trials on the survival of indigenous trees. We want to restore what used to be the tree ecosystem in the Eastern Province based on the natural and indigenous trees that we have already in the country.
According to Karera Patrick, the permanent secretary of the Ministry of Environment, the development revealed by this research will be used in 2 large 5-year projects costing more than 58 billion.
All of our activities will be based on the National Land Use Master Plan, but we are also collaborating with districts to improve housing plans in order to prepare areas for agriculture, livestock, and forests. It is necessary for us to collaborate with districts, but we must also continue to encourage people to participate in the country's housing programs, particularly the resettlement of people in settlements.
Rwanda set a goal of reaching 30% forest cover by 2024, but it achieved it before that time, although there is still work to be done to make it more productive and high quality. The goal of renewing trees is on 2 million hectares of trees by 2030. That goal has reached 65.8%, so there is hope that the goal will be achieved before then. In 2025, an international conference on forests is planned in Rwanda. Nurieta Gasaro, RTV News.
Well, there you have it. On behalf of the entire news production team, thank you so much for your company. I'm Jane Mutoni. Bye for now.